Hey Pisces, I am doing a video for you for the full moon and the full moon in Aquarius. All right, so before I got into your video, I feel like you're choosing between something here. I feel like you're making a choice, right? I feel like you're kind of at a crossroads. A crossroads. A crossroads. I feel like you're at a crossroads here. Pisces, let's get into it for you. First out, we have the Three of Wands. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're deciding between, like you have two different poles pulling you here. I feel like you're deciding between something that you know is about to like alter like your future, right? Like what you have coming up for you here. I feel like you're looking at things, you're kind of surveying them, like deciding like as to like the pros and the cons, like what's going to be like most beneficial, what's going to be most helpful, like what's going to bring the most foreseeable good. You know, I feel like you're literally sitting here just like really taking a good long look as to like almost what your actions are like what the actions you're taking now, how they're affecting you in your future here. You could be dealing with the King of Wands here. That could be like what you're making a choice with here, whether or not to continue to go towards this energy here. Yeah, we have the Lovers. Yeah, Pisces, I feel like you're making a decision as to whether or not like you're moving forward here in this relationship with this King of Wands. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you could have just recently worked through a pretty heavy energy that could have caused like a lot of heartbreak, a lot of endings, just a lot of like rough spots for you here. There could have been a lot of hateful words exchanged. I have that here with the Ten of Swords. And so I feel like you're kind of like in recovery mode, right? I feel like you're healing kind of what you've gone through up to this point, right? I feel like in order, scratch my nose there. In order for you to like move forward in pretty much any endeavor that you're going to be dealing with, especially involving people at this time. Ooh. It's hard for you to move forward if you're not healing what was broken in the past, right? The Hierophant. And I think you're coming to realize that. Like, I feel like you're having like these epiphanies, like these understandings of like, in order to continue to go up the staircase, you know, like you have to do the healing work. You're having to put like the actual work in, right? And I feel like you're realizing like, if you want to have like deeper connections, if you want to like have more healing, you're having to put this work in, right? I feel like the next level kind of requires like a new devil, right? Like you're having to work through new things. Like it's the same thing, but it's on a different level, right? Because you're healing the situation and how it like occurred and hurt you. Like you're healing that, right? And then we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're very guarded, very like you're very, very self-protective here. I feel like this has been like kind of a hard healing process for you here. I feel like whatever you've like been through like has caused a lot of like distrust with other people I'm getting it especially in relationships, but like distrust of like situations. And I feel like that's like blocking you from getting to that next step here, right? I feel like that's like caging you in and like preventing you from like going up these stairs. Like, yeah, you're protected, but you've also created a blockage for yourself to where you can't go any higher, right? And that's not healthy. Yeah, you're protected. Yeah, you're not going to get hurt, but you only get to experience this much. Right? Like you're setting limitations for yourself. And I think that that's hurting you more. By setting up these limitations, I feel like that's hurting you more than the reason why you're even setting the limitations in the first place, right? Like I feel like there was an issue here that like caused you to put up these blockages, like these protections, right? And like at this point, like that pain isn't going to come and hurt you, but like the blockages are hurting you, right? It's preventing anything good. It's preventing anything from coming in, but it's also preventing anything good from coming in, right? What is this Three of Wands? We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you've just been holding back a lot. Could be from an Emperor here. I feel like you're like not showing your cards at all. Like you're literally just holding everything close to your chest, right? Yeah, once again, yeah, you're protected. Yeah, you're guarding things. Yeah, it's safe. But like to what extent? Like now you're like hoarding. Like she has all this stuff in the back, right? She has all this stuff in the back. Like her bag's getting a little heavy. It's like, yeah, you're protecting everything. Everything's safe. Everything's good. But I feel like it's just making more issues for yourself here. It's like, no, I don't need help with my bags. I can carry all 50 of these bags by myself. I don't need help. Yep. 8 of Cups. I feel like you've been doing a lot of holding back, a lot of walking away. I don't think that you've been vulnerable in this situation. Scratch up a nose there. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think you've been vulnerable. Anything that had any sort of value, like it was kept in this purse. And you're not showing that purse to anybody. I feel like you've been doing a lot of storming, like you've been in a lot of emotions, right? Like you're operating from a place of like hurt. And that's hurt. Like I feel like that's hurting this Emperor here, right? I feel like it's making it kind of hard to like build anything off of. Like you can't set a foundation with all these like broken glass down here on the floor, can you? No. So what is this King of Wands? We have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, you found it? Go put it on the charger, baby. Go put it on the charger. With this King of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this King of Wands could have been almost like running away from any from being any like like sturdy post to lean on. I feel like this King of Wands here has been like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay. But don't rely on me too much, right? Like I feel like he's been almost like escaping any role of like reliability here, right? And I feel like that could be bringing up some like past traumatic like PTSD here, involving like abandonment. You could have had like a lot of like masculine figures around you who weren't like very stable here, or consistent. Yeah, you weren't consistent. Two of Pentacles. Scratch photos there. And I feel like that's like almost triggering for you and making you like resist and hold back more, right? It's like somebody like almost refusing to show up here as this character, as being the Nine of Pentacles, as being a stable force, as bringing in balance for you, right? And so that was almost putting you off balance. Here it's like, I feel like you were having a hard time like developing like this partnership here with somebody who you don't really know if they're going to show up to like fly practice with you, you know, like you don't even know if they're going to be with you in the sky, like for sure, like like how am I supposed to count on you here? And I feel like that was making you like very uneasy, very untrusting. Yeah, we have the Ace of Swords. Very untrusting. The Hermit. I feel like you're gonna like come to these realizations like on your own, like in your own time, like in your, oh, my nose on fire. In your own time, in your own way. Like I feel like you're gonna have an understanding of these things. I feel like you're gonna understand like why you've been operating in the Hierophant. Yeah, you're gonna understand like a clarity is gonna be coming in for you in your alone time as to why it is you are the way you are. Like we have the Ace of Swords here, the Hermit, and the Hierophant. Like why you are moving in the way you're moving, like why you're feeling the way you're feeling, like why you keep going through these issues or like these patterns of, I feel like you're having like a deeper understanding of yourself and your movement here. And I feel like that's like the most important healing work that you're going to be doing with this situation, is like not the situation with like the King of Wands per se, like where he's, you know, kind of coming across kind of flaky. No, I feel like the like what you're working with, like why this is coming up, is so that you can understand like why you move in such a protective way, right? Like I feel like you're working with that, you're healing those aspects. I feel like you're getting more to like the root of the problem here. See how this lightning is going to come into this key. I feel like you're getting more to like the root, right? And I feel like that's helping you like unlock like almost the answer as to how to solve it. What is this Ten of Swords here? We have the Eight of Cups again. Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're not looking back either. Like I feel like as things are closing out, as things are moving forward, right? And I feel very heavily you are moving forward, but she has her back turned. Like she has her back turned. I feel like you're just really focusing on like what's ahead of you, like your future. Like I feel like you're getting away from like anything that was causing these hurt feelings. I feel like it was very much like a lot of self-talk here that you're going through. A lot of self-talk. A lot of negativity. A lot of negative communication. I feel like you're moving away from that. Like I feel like you're understanding like that was part of the wounding, like, yeah, the Star. I feel like you're understanding like that's part of your wounding here. And I feel like that's what you're walking away from to get to this star, to get to this healing here, right? I feel like you're going to be noticing a huge shift in like your thought pattern, 1515, in your thought patterns as to like how you're thinking, like the things that you're focusing on. Like I feel like you're going to be noticing a huge shift in that, like the things that you normally would tell yourself, like I feel like you're almost like recognizing how quickly things are like manifesting in your life, right? And how quickly, like as you're having these thoughts, like you can get into those emotions really quickly, and it's almost like you can call these things out of nowhere to yourself. So I feel like you're being extremely careful as to how you're dealing with yourself, and you're going to be noticing a huge shift in how you're even talking to yourself. And I don't even think it's anything that you're like purposely trying to do. I think this is just something that's going to start coming to you like naturally, like you're and as these epiphanies are rolling in for you, like it's bringing in so much understanding. I feel like you just, yeah, with this Hierophant here, I feel like you're just having like epiphany after epiphany as to like, why am I moving this way? Why am I feeling this? Like, I feel like once you start kind of healing one or two little like behavioral patterns and things of the sort, I feel like once you're like kind of noticing like that you even have these, or like these are a part of like the suitcases that you've been like lugging around, like I feel like things are just going to start standing out more. You're going to have more understanding, like more self-awareness, right? And so that's going to allow like more healing opportunities to come to you. With the Hierophant here, we have death and rebirth. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's like an allowance of all the old energies just to kind of like get out. Like everybody's just like, okay, like this is over, right? I feel like it's almost like you have like an out of nowhere like out with the old. Like Pisces, I feel like you're having like a huge shift as to almost your whole life. We have the Hierophant here, death, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like I like very heavily like ascending. It's like a complete change. Like you get a whole next level new life. Like it's almost like all these energies are like rushing in for you to like close them out, deal with them, get them over with, so you can go into like the next step, the next journey. I feel like the next step and the next journey is going to be like really big for you here. Like I feel like you're having to like do this healing work, because I feel like you couldn't even be in this space until you healed that. I feel like there was something here that was like really, really holding you back. It was this Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you couldn't even get into this embrace with these group of people because you had your hands full of your bags. You know, like I feel like once you're able to like get rid of this and like realize like what's more important, you know, like I feel like you're focusing on like a lot of like the importance of physicality versus the importance of like connection here. And I feel like once you're like transforming yourself, you're allowing like these new connections to come in. I feel like a whole shift in your life. Like I feel like you're going through big changes here, Pisces. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Like you're going through big changes. And I feel like once you kind of make it to the other side, once you get through this like transformation, like I feel like the whole world is just like sitting here like waiting to offer you like gifts. Like here's your new car, here's all your abundance, here's your romantic getaway. Like I feel like once you go through this transformation, yeah, I feel like There is a reunion here that you could be dealing with that King of Wands. I feel like once like you let go and once you let go and stop clinging, once you get out of this energy, right? Once you kind of like let things go a little bit, I feel like that's allowing space and opportunity for them to like come back in and like kind of offer you the world here, right? I feel like there's a lot of things that you're having to release in order to get to this next level. What is this Nine of Wands here? We have the Queen of Cups. The World. Where I feel like you were protecting yourself from the world here, like being very, very protective, very guarded, like almost blocking yourself out from the world, like that's over here. Yeah, Nine of Swords. That's over here. Where you were having anxieties, where you were protecting your emotions, where you were feeling guarded, all of that's coming to a close here. Anything that was bringing you anxiety, anything that was like interrupting your peace here, that's all coming to an end. And I feel like it had to, so that, because this is you, Pisces, all of that had to come to an end so you can like freely feel more, so you can be more in your emotions, be vulnerable with them, right? Because that's like the wonderful thing about being a Pisces, is having all these emotions, right? And these vulnerabilities and being able to like go into them, right? Free flowing in it, right? All right, let's get one card out for how you can heal this energy. Flow like water. That's what I'm saying, Pisces. Get into your element here. Be more free flowing. I feel like you are so, I feel like you were so busy like trying to control the water, right? Like I feel like that the water like could have gotten a little bit overwhelming for you here, right? And so I feel like you're like making sure you're not drowning here. Like I feel like you're staying afloat. Like where you felt like you could have been drowning before, like I feel like you're learning to swim, right? I feel like you're almost like deepening your emotions, where you were like just sitting in the water here, like you're actually like learning to swim, right? Where you were almost like fearful to get in the water, like to really get in the water, like you're fully emerged here, right? And you're able to be free flowing in it. I feel like you're just releasing a lot of your fears here, Pisces, which is wonderful. Lots of good healing, lots of good healing. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.